Indigenous Day 2022 here in Sauk City. I'm real thankful for my Meskwaki second Sauk relatives that came up. Some of them intermarried into our Ho-Chunk people, like my sister here. I'm real thankful to be here with her, and glad she could be with her relatives here, her family, all my family too, like that. So I'm real thankful that y'all came up over here. This is some of your home grounds, so I want to welcome you home. And we wanted to honor you guys here today. Let's have a round of applause for them. And second talk for Meskwaki Sauk relatives.
Chini Karigiwi, Hochokarajra, we Pamath Karenga Hingaire Naga, Mahit Rajra. It was Kristen Michael, guys. You heard from my Dega. Thank you, Dega, for everything you do, getting us going in a good way, and everyone that came along. I want to thank our drum group, the Winnebago Sons. Kurt Greendeer, thank you for bringing that drum over here. Thank you.
As knowledge of our national history evolves to a more complex understanding of events and their consequences, we, the people of Sauk County, seek to continue to support Indigenous nation struggles for social and environmental justice, religious freedom, and tribal sovereignty. As the descendants of the original inhabitants of this land, Indigenous people, particularly members of the Ho-Chunk Nation, remain on their ancestral homelands and have a special place among the varied cultures and beliefs of the residents of Sauk County. This diversity strengthens and enriches the lives of all residents of Sauk County.
And thank you, Brent, for being here on behalf of the Sauk County Board of Supervisors and reading that resolution that was so important in 2018. There was a huge effort in Indian country and throughout the United States to do that recognition. And at that time, I was serving, maybe I was into my second term on the Sauk County Board of Supervisors at that time, and had huge support. And many of those colleagues are here today, and I want to say thank you to the county board for their support back in 2018 when we unanimously were able to pass that resolution. And thank you for doing that. Thank you for being the kind of people that you are on that board, for recognizing the importance of the Indigenous peoples to the history, because I will always say, history did not begin with settlement.
Again, to quote the governor, that light will always be on and those doors will always be open for our tribal leaders and our tribal members. You are not alone. Respect, honor, and history. As a state, we share the responsibility with the federal government of upholding our agreements and honoring our treaty rights, acknowledging the pain inflicted on tribal communities historically, and even still today, to make things right for our future generations.
Native people in our state and across the country celebrated their resilience and their culture on this day long before it was recognized by others. I'm glad we're finally catching up, and we're so honored to be here. It's long overdue.
stumbled onto a Seneca side story, and that kind of filled in the blanks of why our people left Western New York area. Kept traveling down to Ohio. And, there, the history, I don't know what the history is, because like I said, a lot of this is, our people did not keep journals. A lot of the journals that I know came from the French. They were always writing about us. And we had battles with them, that's basically why, I guess. And we eventually moved up to Detroit. Again, began a big trading area. I guess around there we first met the French, and it's always said that they had a first bad impression of the French, so they didn't really like them. So, our people migrated. We just moved from one place to another. Eventually crossed up there to northern Michigan, across that river, or that lake, those lakes. They're up and around Wisconsin. Finally settled in Lake Winnebago, Wisconsin. That's where we were for quite a time. Until again, we had to disperse because the French were still after us. They had as a matter of fact, they had King Louis XIV who had made a edict to exterminate the Muskogee. And of course he died. But he had a son, 5 years old at the time, and when he turned 18, he put that into motion. And so around 1730, the tribe dispersed into 4 directions. A lot of times we don't know where the rest of them went.
Each tribe has roots here in the village that once stood beside the Great Prairie. Some Sauk live here today and some have returned. We welcome them, are honored by their presence, and hope that more people will come to know Sauk, not just as a place name, but as a resilient, vibrant people. I know that from this day forward, I will write the word Sauk with a greater appreciation for what it means and stands for, and I hope you too will as we celebrate Indigenous people every year in Sauk County.
I want to say to Kristen, and your folks, your board, and the state of Wisconsin, thank you so far for this. But there's a lot more to do yet.